Top one is our cheese with our pesto. And our second pie is just our classic pepperoni. Everybody loves it because I'm underground. I'm not doing it like the normal person. Premium pizza flour costs about $25 to $30. The stuff we use, almost $100. Wow. I want the customers to be waiting for the food truck instead of me come out with the food truck and wait for the customer.
What's up, everybody? We're out here again at Cafecito, but I'm here to interview one of my good friends here that started a pizza company. His name is Steven. Underground Pizza Company is his company's name, and he started doing this just recently, right? Like a few weeks ago?
A few weeks,
a month by now, right?
We're on the second month now.
Second month now, okay. And so he makes incredible Detroit-style pizza, which I already love. I've had it before, so good. And so we're here just gonna meet him, get to know him a little bit better. So Steven, thanks for coming here, man.
Yeah.
Introduce yourself.
Very nice to see you again.
Nice to see you again, man.
Yeah, I mean, what I've done is turned a very simple concept and done it a very simple way.
Okay.
You know, that's what I like to focus on in all my businesses.
Okay.
And so I like to try to figure out the most simple and cost-effective way to do something.
Okay, cool. Well, before we get into like your exact pizza, how you make it, let's start from like your beginning. So like, what got you into making pizza in the first place?
Okay. So what got me into it was I started obsessing about bread. Mm-hmm. So if you guys out there have ever tried to make bread, it's a pretty tricky thing to make.
Right.
So I started obsessing about it, learning, and I finally perfected sourdough bread.
Oh, dang.
So I started making pizzas out of sourdough breads. But it's a little bit different for like nerdy like pizza guys. They'll know about it, but sourdough bread makes it, it's a naturally leavened style, meaning you don't add yeast.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's yeast-free. It pulls the yeast from the air.
Yeah.
So it's a really cool style, but it's very hard to get it exact.
Okay.
So I started messing around with that. Didn't like that, and then I actually went down to a local pizza place. Yeah. And I had a Detroit-style pizza.
This is here in San Diego, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
So I went to a Detroit-style pizza place. Fell in love with the style, you know, and I was like, man, I got to make this. Mm-hmm. So I just started going back to the house, just trying different things, trying different dough recipes. Yeah. And slowly but surely, it just started getting better and better and better till the point where I thought, I think I could give this to the public now.
Wow, dude. But what started the bread obsession? Like, it just randomly hits you?
So I'm the type of person that obsesses about, if I like something, I obsess about it. And I won't stop until I get it right.
Right.
So it was just a hobby. Mm-hmm. I believe COVID got me into the hobby of bread. Okay. But I was doing pizzas before that. Right. But with the bread, it taught me more about the dough and how to touch the dough and how to fold the dough and just it perfected my craft of touching the dough. Mm-hmm. And that's such a big part of making a good pizza. Right. And so I did that.
But before that, you did farmers markets, right?
Yeah. So we did wood fire pizzas in a farmer's market. Okay.
Different kind of bread and everything too, right? Like completely.
Same style dough. Okay. But not double proof, just a single proof. So single proof basically means that you are only going to be pressing it down once and then letting it rise and then doing your pizza thing, you know, spreading it out, topping it, putting it in the oven. Okay. We do it twice with these pies, and that just gives you a fluffier crust, fluffier bread. But back to farmers markets. Yeah, we were in the farmers markets and we were doing them Wednesday through Saturday. Okay. Yeah, and
all throughout San Diego, right?
All throughout San Diego. Yeah. We had a 1958 truck. Okay. It was a horrible truck to drive, but it was a beautiful truck to look at. Right. So
it was on the wood fire. The oven was on the back of the truck, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. So it was behind the back. We had a refrigerator on there. Yeah. We would just pull up to bars and just slang it out.
So cool, dude. That's so cool. Yeah.
So it was a pretty cool. But I fell in love to the Detroit style pie, so that's what I obsessed about. Okay. But now I'm starting to get into the vibe of I want to do a round pie as well.
Really? So both. So like offering different types.
Yeah, of course. We're going to keep this one.
Right.
But just to offer like a single pie, you know, maybe do like 5 a week, like something. I want to keep this small.
Right.
You know, it's underground for a reason.
Yeah.
You know? And,
was that how you came up with the name?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Tell us a little bit about that. I don't even know the story. Yeah.
So, I came up with the name Underground about 6 years ago. I was thinking about that's when I started messing around with doughs in general.
Okay.
I went to Little Italy and I went to a store, got some dough, and my kids wanted pizza. So I was messing around with it. And I said, hey, this pizza turned out pretty well for my first time.
Yeah.
So then I started learning about doughs, but the way I got underground was I was living in a high-rise building. Okay. And I thought, man, it would be the perfect scenario to just have an oven out on my deck, sling pizzas out, and just sling them all up the high-rise building.
Yeah.
I didn't do it because it was going to be too hard with the security. Yeah. But that's when I came up with the word underground pizza because I'm underground. I'm not doing it like the normal person, you know? Yeah. And I think that's a really cool concept because it kind of says, you know, we're going to do it our way. Yeah. And especially in this time and age of movements, of doing it your way and stuff like that, I think it's a really cool concept. Right. Okay. And people dig it. Yeah. People dig it because it's like, it's a small mom and pop kind of business, and you know it's a small
dude. Especially people here in San Diego, they love supporting mom and pop businesses, right?
Of course.
The fact that you're just starting this from your house, you know, doing this on your own. You have different boxes now, look a lot better than before. Yes. But just for that, people in San Diego, especially like South Bay, because we're in Imperial Beach, right? Right. They love this. They love this stuff. Yeah. After
COVID, I think there was a big push for this because we had no choice. Right. And now it's just the norm. Right. And it's big in LA. There's a guy that does fish tacos, mariscos, and it's called Underground Mariscos. Oh, really? He does it at his house.
Wow, that's so cool. So, especially in LA, I find like there's a lot of like people like not only tacos but like tortas. Like I remember seeing one where this guy literally in front, there was a line in front of his house. Yeah. Because he was doing the food. I forgot what he was making, but people were literally lining down the whole neighborhood just for that stuff.
They don't care.
It's insane, man.
Yeah, they just do it because we're in the time and age where people don't want to wait to make money. Yeah. And the rules and regulations are so strict and so hard for everybody. Yeah. That and they're there for a reason, of course. I agree. But what about the people that can make something so amazing? Right. But they can't afford to go $10,000, $30,000 to get a small little restaurant or something. Right. If they're making something that's so delicious, it's like you got to let them have a try. True, very true. And so like for you, just having this motivation and this drive to start, like what inspires you to even just do this? I don't know. I really don't know. I have a drive in myself that I like to just perfect things. Okay. You know, and that's not just with food, it's just with whatever I do, I have to perfect it. I have to be the best. Right. Kind of that's good though, right? It's egotistical, guys, but I have to be the best. Right. And if I don't be the best, I will fight till I am the best. Until you are the best, yeah. And so it's a winning situation for me. Right. Doesn't mean I'm always the best. There's things I cannot do. I can't DJ. I've tried that for 3 years. Cannot DJ for a crowd. Okay. So I'm not the best at everything.
Dude, a pizza DJ. This could be your stick, dude.
Yeah, there you go.
Work out.
But yeah, I'm just not good at everything. But there's some niches that I could just catch on to really quick, and I just break it down to the like almost to the molecule, and then I build it back up. Yeah. And I build it to the way I want it. Okay. And bringing that into the pizzas, right? Because I know you use certain ingredients, certain things that make this like the perfect Detroit pie. Right. We can say, right? So let's talk about a little bit about that. So first, before we say it's the perfect Detroit pie, I want everybody to know out there, I've never been to Detroit. Okay, I'm not gonna lie and say I am. Transparent, I like it. I'm not. Maybe we'll call this the California pie. I'm not sure. You never know. Yeah. But it's a Detroit style pie. Okay. The reason why we picked the best ingredients was first off because I'm a smaller shop, so my overhead is much smaller. A normal pound or a normal bag of flour cost anywhere. A high premium pizza flour costs about $25 to $30 for a big 20-pound bag. The stuff we use, almost $100 a bag.
Wow.
It is
25 pounds though, still, right?
Yeah,
but
same, but $100. So it's almost 3 times the price of a normal bag. But and that's why the crust, the pizza, the dough, it has a very fluffy, subtle but smooth taste to it and texture. You're not going to get that anywhere else,
right?
Because we are using by far the best dough you can get out of anywhere. And we are able to do that, and I hope to continue to do that, because if we don't, it would change the pie. But we have to do that to make this pie the way it is.
So like even just hearing that, dude, because I know when I tried it, same kind of thing. I've never had Detroit style pizza before, or maybe I have. I think I have, but I guess I didn't compare them to being the same because yours is different, right? The fact that you double proof it, you let it, there's such like a smooth texture to it, like the crunch of the cheese, everything in it is really good. And you can tell the difference in it. For you, how did you like figure that out? Did you do one dough and then this dough and this dough, and you slowly made your way?
So it's actually funny. I'll tell you a story. So I actually, when I started getting into pizza, I tried to go the shortcut, right? I hired someone, a pizza guy, locally. The place I got the Detroit style pizza, not for Detroit. This was when I was doing wood fire.
Gotcha. Okay.
Hired him up to show me how to do a dough because my dough was so inconsistent. I was just learning. He came into my house, showed me the style, but it was so complex and mathematical equations, and I'm not joking. Mathematical equations. Temperatures of the dough, the flour. I told myself I need to figure out a way to just fill it. Because if I can fill it, it will always be right. Doing this is not the way I work.
Gotcha.
So I just started doing things a little bit differently, and I started working with my own style and just kept on trying. Sometimes the doughs were just denser than other times, fluffier than other times. So it wasn't this thing didn't come out perfect the first time. It definitely was a good year in the making at least.
How long did it take you to come up? Oh, you said a year. A year from the first time you started doing it to
like Detroit style, or this style to actually making it for people. I wanted to bring up how you make it, and the fact where you make it from your house, right? You have a specific oven in your house, and there's a certain way. Can you talk a little bit about that? So I have a 24-inch Cuisinart, I believe, and it's a 24-inch little oven, and that's the oven that's in my house, and it rocks. It just cranks that heat up. You can't do this. There's a reason why our crust is a little bit more burnt than other Detroit style crust. And that is because with a normal oven and a pizza oven, or a pizza shop, they use deck ovens. So a deck oven, you have a deck, you put the pizza in, because they're mostly for New York style flat crust pizzas.
Oh, you mean several decks, right?
Right. And they're all heated, and you just throw the pizza on the deck, it crisps it up, pull it out. Well, these go in a pan, and these need a little bit longer times to cook. But because most pizzerias are using deck ovens, they can't cook it the way I can cook it. They can only cook it to if you notice, a lot of pizzerias, their Detroit style pies are very almost like not very well done, and that's
as in what? Like you're talking about like the thickness of it and stuff?
No, like the cheese and then also the sides. They're more lighter brown, a little bit softer. We go for almost burnt. But people love the flavor. It's just a classic flavor.
And maybe that's me too, because I loved it, dude. When I bit into it, I like that it's burnt. Some people, want to hate on it, but realistically, everybody else likes it, Because I think it just makes it a little bit crispier and crunchier on the side, and when you bite into it, like you get the meltiness of the cheese too, but then the outside that's why I like the edges more so than anything else, right? Because you bite into it and it's crunch.
Like the corner part.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh.
You got two sides.
So I mean, that's great stuff, because I like how you said that you were really experimenting with how you made the pizza. I feel like some people, they'll just go in for one or two tries, like, oh, that's it. But it sounds like you really went into it,
No, because pizza is so loved by so many people. I knew that I can't come out with just an okay pizza. There's okay pizzas all throughout everywhere. I can go get an okay pizza across the street. It's not anything special. What I do, I think is special. It's just, it's done right and it's no secrets.
Right.
You know, we don't use any kind of secret ingredients or anything. It's just done right.
That's awesome, man. What kind of pizzas do you make? I know you have different flavors, right?
So today we brought 2 of them. One that's not on the menu and one that may be on the menu.
Okay.
And then we brought our classic pepperoni.
Very nice, very nice. So what are they then?
So yeah.
Top one?
So the top one is our cheese with our pesto.
Okay.
And then our red sauce.
Oh yeah, dude, that's new.
Yeah, so that's just a pie
Yeah.
that we kind of just put together today, just for you, actually.
Thank you. I love that.
So
I'm excited.
Very delicious.
Yeah.
So that's our first pie.
Okay. Let's stack it. Yeah. Next
And
one.
our second pie is just our classic pepperoni.
Wow. Okay.
It's just
red sauce.
Everybody loves it.
Yeah.
You know, the red sauce, we use the San Marzano tomatoes, so they just pop. What we try to do is let the flavors of the ingredients speak for themselves, and we just add a little bit to it, to pop.
Right.
That's the theory.
Like the sauce isn't overwhelming, like the whole thing.
Yeah, we're
right?
not doing too much to the sauce. We're not doing too much to the cheese. We don't do anything to the cheese. But yeah, it's just a very simple but good pizza.
Dude, that's awesome. And on top of this, I did want to talk about a little bit about your other business too, because that's still like affiliated with, you know, like with you and like with food, right?
Right.
So tell us a little bit about what else you do, man.
So my main business, well, I wouldn't say my main business, but my other business that I've been doing for about 10 years now.
Wow.
I build food trucks for a living. So I own a company called SD Food Truck Builders. And we've done trucks for Hotel del Coronado, Wetzel's Pretzels.
Very cool.
Big companies, but that's what we do. We just we have 2 model trucks. So we have a DX15 and a DX20.
Okay.
That's a 15-foot kitchen. Then we have our 20-foot kitchen.
Okay.
So we do a little bit different than most manufacturers.
Yeah.
We're always in production and we only do our 2 models.
Okay.
But our 2 models work for about 97% of people.
Okay.
That want a food truck.
So it's basically 2 specific types of food trucks that you make, but you make it for whatever business they
right.
they want to make.
So we customize the cooking line to make sure that it's working for them.
Okay.
Refrigeration's customized, all that stuff is customized, that the customer comes in and actually customizes it.
Gotcha.
With us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So when, let's say I'm looking for a food truck, right? And like I want to do burgers, right? So you're gonna get the grill in there, get the fridge, all of that stuff. Is it like I have to get separately the fridge on top, because I've seen like different.
No, so because we do models, they all have the standard price.
Gotcha.
So it's basically a little brother and big brother. That's how it looks.
Okay.
You know, they're the same model, but they're just one's bigger than the other. Okay. So more equipment.
Yeah.
But with that being said, it is everything's included in the price. The cooking equipment's included.
Okay.
They just the customer gets to customize it in the sense of saying, okay, I would like to have a griddle charbroiler in this form, in this way.
Yeah.
That's all customizable.
Wow. How do you find like I'm just thinking out of my head, right? Like, so do you buy a truck that's like empty, right? And then basically you take this truck and then you customize it, or it's like, because where do you get the truck from?
So we get the trucks from like FedEx.
Okay.
Yeah, so we get the trucks that they're now, because they have to buy trucks, they have to replenish trucks every like few years. So they sell all their trucks off to dealerships and stuff, and then we go and pick them up.
Yeah. Wow, that's really cool, dude.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that, because I'm thinking like, do you buy a whole truck by itself and then you put everything in there? It's just like
we go from the ground up.
Yeah.
You know, we go like we get the box truck, you know, like a UPS truck or a FedEx truck, and we demo the whole thing and build it from the ground up.
That's so cool, dude. That's so cool. What do you like more, doing that or doing pizza?
Pizza.
You like the pizza a lot more, huh?
Pizza's
So what are your plans with the pizza company? Like, I know you're making it from your house right now, right? Trying to build this up.
I think I'm going to probably go with because I own a food truck manufacturing company, it only makes sense.
To do it out of a food truck?
Out of a food truck. I do not want a brick and mortar.
Yeah.
For just personal reasons, it's just too much headache, too much stress from just running multiple businesses. I want something that I can just park my food truck somewhere.
Right.
It's a very easy thing to do with this pizza, because once we make the dough, it's just topping.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's like, we're just going to do it that way, right out of a small little pizza truck. We'll be located in the same spot every night. and we'll just sling the pizzas out right there.
Is there a timeline when you're gonna get that?
Probably in the next 6 months. Right now, I want to grow, and just grow it, and then be ready for the food truck. I want the customers to be waiting for the food truck instead of me come out with the food truck and wait for the customers.
Gotcha. Because I know before too, like you were saying that when we're talking. Let's go back to the pizza. I'm just thinking now to take up, right? You were saying that throughout the past few months the past month when you first started, no one really knew about this, right?
Right.
But recently, it's gotten to the point where you're selling out almost every night.
Yeah.
How many pizzas do you sell a night right now?
So right now we're doing 13 pies.
Okay.
We do small batches, and once we will increase our pies, but we'll probably only go up to 22 pies a night.
Okay.
So we don't want to do crazy amounts.
Yeah.
It's kind of just, you get it, and that's that.
Is that, but right now it's only Wednesday to Saturday you're doing it, right?
Right.
So let's say more people want to order, are you going to start doing Monday, Tuesday as well? Or maybe, because I know you're using one oven for it, are you going to get a second oven? Like, how can you increase?
So I can increase it by getting another oven.
Yeah.
The revenue increases is pretty easy to do, you know? But the same thing at the same time is sometimes making people wait makes it better.
I mean, scarcity, man.
Scarcity. And especially if it's sold out for 2 weeks at a time, and you have to put some deposit for a pizza. It's going to be something where, people are going to want it even more.
Right.
So we'll see.
I mean, because that's like something to think about too, right? Because later on, because it's only going to get better, right? Because more people are going to know about it, more people want to order it.
As long as I stay consistent.
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters. I think it's in a directional path of success.
Would you take your oven from your house and put it in a food truck?
I would, 100%. I would actually, I've been thinking about buying multiple ones of these ovens that probably will be given out for free because they're just older ovens.
Right.
And just stacking them, 3 of them in my truck. I could do 3 pies at a time. That's pretty.
Well, that's why I wonder. Is it the oven that's in your house? Like it's only that oven, or there's like old other versions that will do the same thing?
It's just I know that oven.
Yeah.
It would take me a couple hours to figure, or a day to figure out another oven.
Yeah.
It's just because my oven's so small, it just packs a lot of heat.
Right.
Whereas like when you have like the 36-inch ovens or the 42-inch ovens, the ovens are so much bigger.
Right.
They only have like the same amount of burners.
Yeah.
So to get that 500 and getting it to circulate well, it's much harder.
Gotcha. I want to bring it back to you, your business thing, talking about how you've had this food truck business for 10 years now, right?
Right.
How have you grown it to where it is today, right? Because you said you guys are pretty busy over there too, right?
Yeah.
What are some things that you've done to kind of like get it to this point, or what do you think it's been?
It's a lot of factors. There's customer service for sure. I also think it's the way you talk to people. You have to build rapport with people. If you don't build rapport, you'll never get a sale. Because I come from the sales background, so I know a lot about sales, cell phones, but yeah, I think you just have to build rapport with customers, know what they want.
Okay.
You can't go into a business not knowing what you're selling, or if you do that, you better fake it till you make it.
Well, yeah.
Because there's a lot of people that have to.
Right.
But you better be able to fake it.
So customer service, top, being nice, basically just providing a good service for people.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then from there, like, what else do you think?
Consistency.
Okay.
It's the consistency of any business, right? I have to make sure that in the pizza business, the pizzas are always the same.
Yeah.
With the food trucks, people come to us to look at the food trucks and they see the product and they want that exact product. So I have to build it again for them. So just being consistent.
Okay. That's good. I mean, that's good because I think that means a lot, right? Some people come into business and they just think, oh, if I just have this product, this service, people will come to me. But right, there's other things you have to incorporate, right? You have to incorporate having good customer service, being consistent, just overall just being a kind person. I think will take you even further from that too. So looking at that, is there some concepts or topics that you'll take from learning about your food truck business and apply it to this?
Yeah, I learn everything I learn about, or I take everything I learn from all my businesses, and I always incorporate it into what I've learned and the flaws from the previous ones. I always better them in the next ones.
Gotcha.
Because when you run businesses and multiple businesses, you're really doing the same thing, just with different products. For example, with the food trucks, I have to do customer service. I have to sell a product. Same with the pizzas. I have to do customer service when I talk to you or talk to people, customers, come say hi. And then I have to sell a product. You know, I kind of use, everybody's going to have fails. You know, everybody's going to fail once in their lives, but you got to get back up. And because when you fail, you learn so much about yourself, and not only yourself, but why you failed. And if you get back up and do it again, I can't promise you won't fail again, but you'll get it one time.
But the things you learn, right?
You learn.
The biggest, and that's still a win. Like, you've never really failed. You're
never failed.
Always learning over and over again.
You got better at it. You got better at that. Oh, well, you messed up on that one thing with that customer. Well, next time I know not to do it again. That betters you as a business person.
And I think that's a lot of things that people forget, is that it's okay to make mistakes, right? It's okay to technically have these failures, but learning from them and making a failure something good. Because if you don't take these away, you're not going to get any better with the business. Like, if you give up after the first, think about you, right? If you gave up after the first time you made these doughs, it wouldn't be where it is today. It wouldn't be as good as it is. It'd be that first iteration that basically just sucked, right? And if you have a sucky product, you can't sell a sucky product. You might get some customers, but then at the end of the day, they're not going to come back, right? And that's the biggest thing, because you want to have a good product that a lot of people like, so more people will come back to you. So you don't have to keep finding new customers all the time, right? So I think that's a really good concept, and I think that's a really good mindset, man, because I think you, from doing a bunch of different businesses, it's a lot of people can learn from, right? Like, I think people online, they only do one thing, and they're like, okay, I'm going to give up now. When in reality, the beauty is in the whole journey of doing this one thing, making it better, until it's like great, right? And then, like you did, right? Like, you took your food trucks, took that concept, and you're now applying it to your pizzas. So it's like a really, really good mindset to have. Then a lot of people can take away from that.
I think more people should have that mindset, you know, of just don't give up. You know, if that's one thing I could tell anybody, is just don't give up. Like, if you fall on your knees, or, you know, you feel like giving up, just don't. You know, maybe what you're doing isn't the right thing, but you'll get it. You'll get something. And that really helps people.
How many businesses have you had?
Oh, more than I can count. And I failed a lot of them. Like little businesses, you know, nothing crazy. But, I've had probably about 7 businesses, 8 businesses. Some made a little bit of money, some made a lot of money. You know, it's an ebb and flow kind of thing, you know. But if I would have given up, I would have never been doing my pizza or anything, because I would have given up a long time ago on my first fail. You know, but you just got to get up and keep on going.
I think, and that's like probably the best takeaway from this whole episode right here is never to give up. Because hearing your whole story, man, from what you were doing to now doing this, and now I'm glad to hear you guys are selling out every night, Like, I think that's good, and I think only from then those people are gonna love it, and they're gonna tell their friends, then they're gonna tell their friends, right? It's a whole compounding thing, which I think is gonna be really great for you, dude.
I think so too. It's really turning out to be great.
That's awesome, dude. So before we end today's podcast, tell everybody how to find you, how to order, all of that good stuff, man.
Okay, so we are open Wednesday through Saturday from 5 to 10 p.m. Underground Pizza Co. Just search us online. There you guys go, Underground Pizza Co. Search us online. You can search us on Instagram, and we're pickup only in Imperial Beach.
Imperial Beach right here, stickers.
There you go.
And also, one last thing. I wanted to talk about the video that I did for you, because you said, right?
Yes.
It helped out a lot. So can you give some contextual information to you guys? Basically, Steven hit me up, said, hey, can you come and do a video for me? And so I came through, filmed him doing it, and then did a little review at the end. And from there, you said you've been selling out every night. From
there, I've been selling out every night, or close to it, you know, which is a huge difference from the week before it went out. And then I've gained over about 700 followers.
Oh, that's great, dude. Oh, dang, that's really good. Just from one video. That's awesome. Because I think it's, like we were talking about awareness, right?
It's awareness.
Awareness is the biggest thing. And
one other thing I could, sorry for cutting you off,
you're good.
But one other thing I could say about people and starting businesses, don't be afraid to put a little bit of money towards your business. Because there's so many people afraid of that. They don't want to try to put $5, $10, $20 to advertise. Instagram is a beautiful tool that you can advertise to everybody. And, or not even just Instagram, Facebook. There's just so many advertising tools now. If you have a product that's out there that you think people will like, advertise it.
Right.
Because it's direct to consumer.
Right.
So
that makes a lot of sense because you have to spend money to make money, right? And you hear that all the time, but it's so true because how you can always post and do all this stuff organically, but how can you get more eyeballs on your stuff? You do a paid ad, you reach out to people, work with foodies, like work with influencers, and sometimes they're gonna ask for money, and that's perfectly fine because you need your awareness, you need to leverage their audience in order to become more aware of what you're doing. Because if not, you can get there eventually, but it's gonna take a lot longer. Yeah. So sometimes it's definitely worth.
Oh, it's definitely
worth the investment,
it.
Man.
Yeah, and you don't have to spend a lot of money, and that's the thing that everybody thinks. Oh, I don't have thousands of dollars. You could spend $5 a day or whatever on you know, or $100 for the month, you know, or whatever, or have someone come out and do it for one, you know, a certain amount if they charge. Yeah, it's up to you, but I think. Well, I know for a fact that it does help. Right. You know, and it, you know, having someone come out and if they like your food and they say good things about it, you will see a difference. Dude, people are gonna love this. I can't wait to hear more about this later on, like 6 months from now, see where we're at, man. Because I honestly think more people that find out about this, they're gonna be like, holy shit, like this is so good. Because that's honestly what I thought. Like when we made it and stuff, I was like, oh, it looks good. But when I opened it, I took a bite. Like if you saw my reaction to the video, that was completely candid. I was like, holy shit, this is good. Yeah. Right? Because you know, you use top ingredients. I love the burnt cheese on the end. I feel like. Even I'm just talking about mouth is watering, dude. It's so good. And I think once you have a good product like this, there's only one way for you, and that's going up, dude. And more people find out about it. So I hope so. And you know, like we said, just keep on pushing. Right. Keep on pushing. Right. So Underground Pizza Co. Look them up on Instagram. Send them a DM to order. You said pepperoni. So we got a pepperoni on the menu. We got a disco pep, which is a disco, and a pepperoni, which is our green pie. And it's a half and half. Okay. And then we have the Cefino, which is our cheese pizza. Oh. And then we have just our vegan pie as well. Yeah. So we don't do too many, but everything we do is really good. I'm glad you have a vegan pie, man. Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, we gotta give it to everybody. That's right. I love it. Well, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate your time today, man. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for watching, guys.